Welcome back to Motivational Journey. There comes a moment in every person's life when something inside them whispers, "You can't keep living like this." A quiet voice that grows louder each day, pushing you, urging you, reminding you that the life you want will not come from the habits you refuse to change. And today, right now, is that moment. This is the time to change. Real change begins the moment you make a decision, a real, honest, and powerful decision that comes from deep within your soul. It's not a decision made because others expect it, and it's not a decision made because life forced you into a corner. It's a decision that comes when you finally look at yourself and say, "I deserve better, and I will no longer accept anything less." That decision is the spark. It's the moment something shifts inside you, the moment you stop waiting for the world to take care of you and start taking responsibility for your own future. People talk about wanting change all the time. They dream about it, imagine it, plan for it in their minds. But nothing happens until that dream becomes a decision, a choice that you commit to, even when it hurts, even when it's uncomfortable, even when fear tries to pull you back. A decision is powerful because it separates the old you from the new you. It draws a line between who you were and who you are becoming. But understand this: a real decision is not made with your mouth, it is made with your actions. When you decide to change, you stop giving energy to the habits, people, and routines that drain you. You start saying no to things that keep you small, and yes to things that help you grow. You begin to take control of your time, your thoughts, and your emotions. You realize that you are the author of your own story, and if you want a different chapter, you have to write it. No one else can do it for you. The reason many people stay stuck is not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. It's because they never make a true decision. They stay in the gray zone, halfway in, halfway out. They want change, but they cling to the comfort of their old life. They say they're ready, but they keep repeating the same choices. A decision removes that confusion. It removes the maybe. It removes the "I'll try." A decision is final. It is a turning point. It is you telling yourself, "I am done with the excuses, done with the fear, done with waiting for the perfect moment." Because the perfect moment will never come. You create the moment by deciding today. When you make that decision, something incredible happens. Your mindset shifts. You begin to see possibilities where you once saw obstacles. You begin to believe in yourself in ways you never believed before. You stop looking at what's missing and start focusing on what you can build. And the small steps you take every day begin to create momentum. That momentum becomes confidence, and that confidence becomes a new identity. Suddenly, the things that once seemed impossible start to feel within reach. The mountain in front of you doesn't look so steep anymore, because you are no longer the same person you were when you first looked at it. Change doesn't start with motivation, it starts with a decision. Motivation will come and go. Some days you will feel strong, and other days you will feel tired and doubtful. But a decision remains. It anchors you. It reminds you of why you started. It keeps you moving even when the journey gets hard. And over time, you realize that the decision you made wasn't just about changing your circumstances, it was about changing yourself. It was about rising into the person you were always meant to be. That is why every great transformation begins not with luck, not with timing, but with a single, powerful choice. The decision to change. Growth requires discomfort, and this is a truth that many people resist because it forces them to confront the reality that progress is never built on comfort. Every meaningful transformation, every powerful breakthrough, every major change in life has always come from moments of struggle, uncertainty, and challenge. Discomfort is not a sign that you're failing, it's a sign that you're growing. When your life stretches beyond what feels easy or familiar, that stretch is the beginning of your evolution. People often want growth without pain, success without sacrifice, and progress without pressure. But life does not work that way. Anything worth becoming will demand that you step into places that push you, test you, and reshape you from the inside out. Think of any strength you admire in others: discipline, resilience, courage, confidence. None of these qualities were built through comfort. They were shaped through adversity. Courage is not formed in quiet moments, it is formed in the fire of fear. Discipline does not grow when things are easy, it grows when distractions scream for your attention and you choose focus anyway. Confidence is not gained from staying where you are, It comes from doing things you once doubted you could do. Every part of growth asks you to leave behind the patterns that kept you small and step into the uncertainty that helps you rise. Discomfort is the bridge between the life you have and the life you want. The unfortunate truth is that many people avoid discomfort at all costs. They avoid difficult conversations, avoid new responsibilities, avoid learning new skills, avoid facing their weaknesses, and avoid chasing dreams that require effort and vulnerability. They choose the comfort of staying the same, even when the same is destroying their potential. But comfort is not safety. Comfort is silent danger. It convinces you that you have time, that you can wait, that change can happen later. But later becomes never when comfort has control over your life. What feels comfortable today can become the biggest reason for regret tomorrow. When you willingly step into discomfort, you take ownership of your future. You decide that your growth is more important than your fear. You understand that feeling uncomfortable does not mean you're on the wrong path. It means you're stepping into new territory, into new abilities, into new strength. The greatest moments in life often begin with discomfort. The first day at the gym, the first step toward a new habit, the first attempt at a dream, the first moment you choose discipline over distraction. These moments feel awkward and difficult, but these are the moments that start building a new version of you. Discomfort also reveals who you truly are. When everything is easy, you don't need strength. But when life challenges you, the strength you didn't know you had begins to emerge. The discipline you didn't think you could maintain becomes part of you. The courage you thought you lacked becomes your new normal. Growth changes you at a level that comfort never will. It refines you. It shapes you. It gives you wisdom, maturity, and resilience that nothing else can provide. When you embrace discomfort, you begin to realize something powerful. The things that once scared you become the things that empower you. The situations that once overwhelmed you become the situations you handle with ease. You expand. You evolve. You rise. And one day you look back and realize that every uncomfortable step was worth it because each one carried you closer to the life you were meant to live. Growth will never feel easy, but it will always be worth it. Embrace the discomfort. It is the birthplace of your greatness. Letting go of old habits and fears is one of the hardest, yet most transformational steps you will ever take in your life. It requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to see yourself without filters or excuses. Many people want a new life, but they don't realize that a new life requires a new version of themselves, and that version cannot grow inside the cage of old patterns. You cannot step into tomorrow while holding onto the things that kept you trapped yesterday. Real change demands release. It demands that you loosen your grip on the habits, environments, and fears that have silently shaped your limits for years. Old habits are powerful. They feel familiar, comfortable, and automatic. Even when they hurt you, they feel safe because they are known. Your mind always tries to pull you back into what feels familiar, even when familiarity is the very thing blocking your progress. That's why you keep repeating the same routines, surrounding yourself with the same people, falling into the same distractions, and making the same promises you don't keep. The truth is simple but hard to accept. Your old habits cannot take you to a new future. If you want a different life, you must build different patterns, patterns that support who you want to become, not who you used to be. And then there are fears, invisible chains that hold more people back than failure ever has. Fear of change, fear of judgment, fear of failing, fear of losing people, fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear is powerful because it whispers lies into your mind, telling you that staying the same is safer than growing. It convinces you that you are not ready, not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But fear doesn't show you the truth. It shows you the worst possible version of reality. It shows you what might go wrong, never what might go right. If you allow fear to lead your life, you will never discover what you're truly capable of. Letting go means choosing growth over comfort. It means looking at your habits and asking yourself, does this serve my future or sabotage it? It means releasing toxic relationships that drain your energy instead of nurturing your spirit. It means letting go of procrastination, excuses, self-doubt, and the constant habit of postponing your dreams for later. Later is the most dangerous word in the world. Later kills dreams. Later builds regret. Letting go starts when you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating the moment through action. But letting go is not just about removing things, it's about making space for better things. When you let go of fear, you make space for courage. When you let go of laziness, you make space for discipline. When you let go of toxic people, you make space for growth, peace, and clarity. Letting go doesn't weaken you, it frees you. It opens the door to new opportunities, new energy, and new levels of strength you didn't know you had. Sometimes the most powerful step you can take is not adding something new to your life, but removing something old. The process won't be easy. Your mind will try to pull you back into your old patterns because they feel familiar. But comfort has never built greatness. Each time you let go of something that no longer aligns with your future, you take one more step toward the person you're meant to become. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the weight you carried, the habits, the fears, the excuses, was the only thing blocking your growth. Letting go is not losing. Letting go is choosing yourself, your future, and your potential. It is the beginning of a new chapter, a stronger identity, and a life that reflects who you truly are. Your new life starts now, not tomorrow, not next week, not someday. The most powerful truth about change is that the only real moment you ever have control over is the present one. Yet most people spend their lives waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right motivation, the right opportunity. They tell themselves, "I'll start when I feel ready," not realizing that readiness is a myth. No one ever feels fully ready to change their life. You become ready by starting. Action creates clarity. Action creates momentum. Action creates transformation. And none of that begins until you decide that now is the moment to step forward. People carry dreams in their hearts for years. Dreams of better health, a better career, a better life, a better version of themselves. But dreams without action become regrets. The truth is, the gap between where you are and where you want to be is not as wide as you think. It's only as wide as your willingness to act right now. Every small step you take today builds the foundation for tomorrow. Every positive choice, every disciplined action, every moment you push past your excuses becomes a brick in the path toward your new life. But that path remains invisible until you take the first step. There is incredible power in starting now because the present moment is the only moment you can shape. You can't change the past, it's gone. You can't control the future, it hasn't arrived. But you can change your direction now, and that single shift will influence every moment that follows. When you take action today, you send a message to yourself: I am serious about my growth. I am serious about my destiny. I am not waiting for life to happen to me. I am taking control. That message becomes a seed planted inside your mind, and over time, it grows into discipline, confidence, and a new identity. Starting now also breaks the mental patterns that have held you back for years. Procrastination loses its power. Fear begins to fade. Doubt starts to shrink. You begin to realize that the hardest part of change is not the action itself, it is the decision to take the first step. Once you move, everything becomes clearer. You learn. You adapt. You grow. You fail forward. You get stronger. And even when the journey is challenging, you no longer feel stuck because you're moving towards something meaningful. Another powerful truth about starting now is that small steps compound. You don't need to change your entire life in one day. You just need to change the direction. One workout, one page read, 1 hour of hard work, one distraction avoided, one decision to choose discipline over comfort. These moments seem small, but they multiply. Day after day, choice after choice, they shape a new reality, a reality that reflects your effort, your focus, and your commitment. And as you continue taking action, you begin to realize that your new life isn't waiting somewhere far away, it's being built in every decision you make today. The future you want is not created by dramatic changes but by consistent choices. You become the person you want to be by acting like that person now. Not later. Not when life feels easier. Not when circumstances magically improve. You step into your future by claiming it today. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you're living right now. Your new life is not something you discover, it's something you create. And the creation begins the moment you take action. Everything you want to become, everything you want to achieve, everything you want to experience starts with this decision: to act now, to commit now, to rise now. Your new life begins the moment you decide that today is the day you stop wishing and start becoming.